For those of you that have known Grace Healing, you know that I'm Larry Reynolds, but for those that don't, I'm Larry Reynolds, founding director of Grace Healing. And I just want to do some quick updates for people, just little quick little vignettes. And something's been happening over the past few weeks that's just kind of organically presenting itself in ways that are really bringing tremendous blessing to people as I've had the opportunity to share with people the different experiences that we've encountered throughout Grace Healing as we've witnessed God's healing in many people, many animals, many experiences throughout this earth where we have just witnessed things that are just astounding. And I would like to share with you small segments and some of these experiences because, as I said, over this past like week and a half or 2 weeks, they're just presenting organically and people asking questions about things. And I want to encourage you that one of the things that I've learned in this process is we as humans have a tendency to think ourselves away from the nature of the gifts and blessings that God has for us and to not really receive the true extent of grace that God is offering. This is not something that just Grace Healing does or something that happens to manifest through Larry when I get to pray over people and bless people. But there are some amazing experiences, and I want to just touch upon one real quickly with a beautiful child. This little boy was 6 years old, and the family had come to me. They had been to everything, every medical route they could have, speech therapists, all kinds of people, medical doctors, psychiatric doctors, to understand why this child had not spoken a word in the 6 years of his life. And in this experience, I was blessed to sit there and listen to the story that the parents were relating, and they were relating it in a way that all the misery that they had gone through and all the difficulties and all the challenges. And I asked him if could we just change the direction here and let's just pray and see what presents. And I believe that it's very important for us to remember that we can get caught up in the story. We can get caught up in all the details. But as I began to pray, I went to place my hands on this beautiful little boy's head, and I was moved to rise up about 18 inches above his head, maybe, 12 or 18 inches. It was above his head, and I found his presence. And he had not integrated fully into his little body, this little 6-year-old. And I began to pray while holding this awareness, and as God moved me, I felt this connected awareness, and then my hands descended to his head. As soon as I touched his head, boom, this little boy just started talking and yammering. And the first words out of his mouth, "Oh, I've wanted to tell you a story." He grabs his little sister's hand. They jump off the couch together, and both of them run out of the room, yakking and talking and going on with crazy stories. Now, the little child, sister, just received this. She was so excited that her brother was now talking to her. The parents were stunned, shocked, and didn't even know what to do with it. Their jaws were just rested on the floor. They were just completely shocked by what just transpired. Because remember, they had just gone through 6 years of the medical system convincing they could help them, and nothing happened. And then all of a sudden, some guy that they don't even really know prays over their son, and boom, it changes. So I want to present to you this message that this is God's holy grace that is present for all of us. If we would just be willing to engage and honestly trust that it is God that manifests this result through Yeshua's presence, blessing this beautiful little boy at 6 years old, now having a blast, dragging his sister at 5 years old into the next room and them talking and yammering for quite some time, just having a blast, telling stories, talking about different things. They were just both of them talking at each other and on each other and back and forth with each other. And it was just a joy to witness. But again, the parents were so consumed that they weren't even able to engage fully in the joy because they were constantly in the question of how many years they had just gone through. So please, I would encourage you that engage in the prayer to trust that it is God that will manifest through you for those that are in need, whether it is cancer, sickness, disease of any kind, whatever. Before you go to the doctors, pray first. Pray over the person before you. Then go to the doctors, whatever you need to do. But please consider the possibility that God is the greatest force within creation. His presence manifests upon this earth through Yeshua, and we can engage in that and witness miraculous things on a daily basis. We at Grace Healing look forward to serving you as you reach out. I pray blessing upon your week. Have an amazing day as well. Take care.